Welcome. In today's lesson, I want to discuss a little bit about pain points with your customers and how to really kind of get that dialed in so that you're getting to the core issue with your customer base so that you can run better marketing campaigns. A lot of businesses, when they think of pain points, it's like, for like a CBD sleep aid, right? What is their pain point? Sleep issues, definitely. But you can look at a lot of products, including that one, and perhaps see a few layers past that, right? So when you really kind of, well, for example, you could say, I'm selling a CBD product, right? What does my customer want? Oh, they want my CBD product. No, that's not, they're getting your product to solve an issue, a pain point in their life, right? And that's not the desire to have your product, right? So that might be sort of one layer. You might say, well, they want a CBD product. No, the pain in their life is not having a CBD product. The pain in their life is what that product is going to solve, right? So going down another layer. So what is that issue? Is it potentially cost? No, not necessarily. I mean, it could be one of the higher sort of layered pain points. But when you really get it down to what their core issues are, it often falls under this hierarchy of needs, which whatever you may think about this, but this is just one marketing strategy to kind of look at pain points and really get it dialed in. It's definitely something worth attempting. So let's say it's a CBD product now. Okay, it's a sleep aid. So their issue is not being able to sleep. Okay, now we're getting kind of closer to that core issue here. So does that fall under one of these needs? Yeah, food, sleep, clothing. So that fall under, some of their body. Let's see here. Yeah, I would say that's probably the main one that falls under. But just some other examples. If you're looking like a gym, let's say you're a gym that's promoting your business, and you're considering your customer base, you might just take it for granted they're looking for to get healthy, but really kind of examining that. It could be much more to do with esteem. And then the highest level here is the desire to be the most that one can be, right? Your customer base could really be desiring something like that, right? So promoting more personal trainers or nutrition or whatever it might be to get them to look great, to get them to that feeling of self-actualization, right? Versus another marketing strategy where they would focus on just them getting healthy, right? Like cardio and a workout routine to get in good shape, right? So when you kind of dial this in and you look at your customer base and you really try and figure out the core issue of that base, it answers a lot of questions with your marketing structure, right? Another extreme example is a guy wants to buy a Lamborghini. Okay, well, what does he want from that Lamborghini? Does he need a car? Well, no. I mean, you could get a car for, it's a very small amount of money and you just drive from point A to point B. It has nothing to do with the car, right? It's a status symbol. So it's definitely not a safety need by any means, because I'm guessing those cars aren't too safe to drive because they go really fast, right? It could possibly fall under love and belonging. Maybe he feels that owning that car will attract him a fine mate. Perhaps that could be part of it. But esteem, I would say, is a much bigger factor, right? Or self-actualization, the desire to become the most you can be, right? So if you're doing a marketing campaign for a Lamborghini, it wouldn't address any safety needs. Maybe a bit of love and belonging, but I would think that it would kind of be this top one here. So ad copy about like how they deserve it, how the time has come for them to become, Lamborghini driver, exclusive, top of the pile, that sort of wording when you're doing Lamborghini, because that is the core sort of pain point that is being solved when you're buying that sort of product, right? Whereas if I'm buying a Volvo or some lower end car, that has a lot of safety features, a minivan. I'm buying a minivan for my kids, right? That the core pain point that I would have there is my safety needs, right? Because I want to protect my family and keep them safe. So I would say safety needs, and then also love and belonging, right? So if you're doing a marketing campaign for the minivan, what sort of images are you going to use? What sort of wording are you going to use? The ones that would address these two pain points right here, probably mostly safety needs. So images of family, images of kids, images of how it's safe and it's going to keep you, attached to these core fundamental needs that you need as a human, right? Purchasing high-end art, again, self-actualization, esteem, I would say that probably fall under those two. Purchasing a house, that kind of depends, right? So if you're buying a super mansion and and your customer base is mostly bachelor guys, right? That is a different pain point than it would be if you're selling suburban homes, right? 2, 3, 4 bedroom homes in suburbia. So the pain point for that would be probably love and belonging. I would say for kind of the suburban homes. And then, the bachelors, that's all ego based. That's all, desire to become the most that one can be. So knowing those two different pain points, that your marketing structure, the wording that you use and the images, and potentially the marketing channels as well are going to change a lot, right? So it's really about getting it dialed in and asking like at least 3 questions, okay? Well, their pain point is that they want this house. Right? No, that's not it. Okay, they want a house. No, that's not it. They want to establish this sense of their identity, and your product is going to solve that. How? That's what you need to answer in your marketing campaigns. So I just kind of wanted to show this to give a deeper understanding of pain points and a better understanding of your customer base. You don't always need to dive this deep into understanding pain points, but it's just another one of those things that's good to know, and will definitely be a good tool in your arsenal. And that's all I got to say about it. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.